Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel, Govin English Teacher. Today, a great personality, a respectful person, a great resourceful person is here with us, is none other than JVLN Narasimha sir. He's a retired teacher and he has a lot of credentials in his career. Yes, let me say. So he is the recipient of 4 district and 5 state and 4 national awards for his ability in English teaching. Yeah. And he's a state research person, he's a blog writer, a textbook writer, and he has attended many training sessions and he has motivated, mobilized, influenced, and interacted many English teachers. Today, I'm going to interact with him, and now he's going to share his views and ideas, which will help to the new teachers and English community. So that's reason today he is with us, and he's going to share his ideas, sir. And uh, let me, sir, welcome back to my channel. Let me ask some questions sir, regarding your teaching journey, your teaching experience, and it will help many of our teachers. That's the reason I'm asking you, sir. The first question, sir. So can you share your some insights into the journey that led you to become a recipient of numerous awards for your teaching ability in English language? So please, sir.
Well, Gondra garu, thank you very much for inviting me to this interview today. I think the passion for teaching English and the nature of working hard might have made me achieve all these things. Even when I was a student, I was interested in English, and I used to teach English to degree students when I was studying degree. So I think my journey was predestined, and I thought that I would become a teacher or probably a lecturer in English, and I never thought of becoming anything. But that's because of that intention, I started in tutorials in Medora with some of my friends. And when I only 22 at the time, I passed BCom, not any BL with literature, but I was good in English, and that's why I started teaching English to intern and degree students. And that was the first step in the beginning, or the first step, my stupendous journey. Later, I did my BEd, and then I became a primary teacher and I worked there for 60 years. And then after working there for 16 years, I became a school assistant in English. Even when I was teaching in primary schools, I started teaching English to intermediate and degree and even BEd students. And even I taught spoken English classes to even PG students. So the turning point came when I was sent to regional institute of English, South India, where I talked to the batch and got an A plus grade. Then I immediately was appointed as officer in church in West Godavari, and I started teaching English to DEd students. Later, I became the state resource person for Rajiv Vidya Mission, SCOT, Tribal Welfare Department, and many other things. And I became the textbook writer, and I became the state observer, and I visited many schools all over the United Andhra Pradesh. Because of that exposure, I came to know the problems of the teachers and the students, especially the students, and also the problems of English teachers. Whenever I went there, I used to ask them only one question: how many of you are able to speak English well? Or how many of you are able to speak English or comfortable with your English? Only a few, 2 or 3 teachers, English teachers or even secondary teachers, used to raise their hands. I asked them, what is your problem? You have done your MA in English, you are teaching English, you can write English, read English. What's the problem with your spoken English? Their question was their inhibition or their inability or something else. But they were never sure of what the problem was. So I asked them, don't worry about it. Ask them not to worry about anything and start speaking in English. When you have all these qualifications, you can speak. For example, if you go to Bangalore and some other neighboring states, even a vendor speaks 4 or 5 English, including English. So when you are so qualified, why can't you speak English? So some of the English teachers got inspired and they started English. Oh, okay, I can proudly say that most of my teachers became good, and they was inspired by me. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your good experience, sir. And your spoken English programs have left a significant impact. Can you share an anecdote about a student or a teacher whose journey you influenced through these programs? Then let me know, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I conduct many spoken English programs at my house and also in the centers, in bad schools and others. Most of my students became journalists. They became either journalists in Enadu, TV9, and also they. Whenever I meet them, they say that it is because of you who are able to speak English, write English, and that's why you have given life to me. That's very. I'm really proud of my students, of course. That is the great moment for me. My intention was to make as many students or as many teachers as to speak correct and if not correct, even fluent English. That's the even after retirement, I'm doing something for the cause of teaching English. Recently, I was invited to the correspondent, invited by the correspondent of DT College, Mamidi Kuduri. Actually, it is 20 kilometers away from here. And I went there and I asked me, how many students can you engage? I can handle any even 200 students, but they must be interested. All the students assembled there and I started teaching the spoken English. First, I started them about language, how they should have passion for the language and how they should improve English skills and so on and so forth. Of course, even there, I got the same answer. How many of you are compatible with English? Only those 3 or 4 students who were selected for some campus selections, those who got jobs, raised their hands, and they were able to speak English fairly well, not so bad. So I asked other students, it's not enough. All of you must acquire good communication skills in English because that's the only way you can get better in life. If you teach mathematics only in Telugu medium, you may get 10,000. But if you teach it in English medium or in English, you can get 20,000. That's English always makes the difference. That was see, most of the students and even the correspondent felt that if I handle classes 2 or 3 classes, all the students will be inspired and they will start learning or speaking English.
Thank you, sir, for your good response. The third question, sir. So, with such a diverse and impactful career, what advice would you give to the aspiring English teachers or educators? Yeah.
Actually, the only thing I can give you is, for example, I have become the first blogger from India for the British Council teaching English. There are many professors, there are scholars in English, but nobody has taken the initiative to write blogs for the British Council online journal teaching English. I have written a number of blogs for the British Council. I have interacted with the British Council. That's why they have honored me by giving my name in the dedicated profile. So it's a really surprising when there are many professors, scholars in English. Nobody has taken the initiative. I have taken initiative. Similarly, I started the English Language Teachers Association of India and conducted 2 national workshops in Kakinad. It is a really challenging task. No professor, no scholar has taken that initiative. Only a school assistant. At the time, I was only a school assistant, but I met only professors, assistant professors, engineering colleges. Even I went to the universities and they became members of English Language Teachers Association of India. I was the convener. So. And similarly, I conduct many other programs. Not only that, I conducted many seminars and also I conducted many quiz competition for the students, essay competition for students. And I gave many gifts in the name of books, that too English books, to the students. And in that way, I used to involve many of my friends, English teachers, in that program. I invited many others so that the students and the teachers will come to know the importance of English. That's why I mobilized not only the teachers, students, but also the teachers, even the public and everybody, even the department. So I got many awards and rewards as a result of which I have become, as you know, some popular. I can't say that I'm famous. I can't say that I'm very great, but I'm very have a lot of passion like you for English.
So, thank you, sir, for the last, but not least the question, sir. The final question, the many teachers generally they ask question like this, sir. So they are very proficient, they are very good at their grammar, everything, their vocabulary, everything. Even they can't able to speak it out. So what made them to just stop and break their fluency, and what should they do to be a good communicator, good speakers? What are the things they have to learn, they have to implement?
The question is very simple. For example, before retirement, when I was the state resource person in English, I was far more fluent than now. Man, I have lost my fluency because I'm not using English as much as I used to use English when I was a state resource person. Strictly speaking, now you have become more fluent, and I have lost my fluency because you are using more English and using less English. The trick is simple. That's my only advice is to the teachers of English to when they are efficient, when they are proficient, when they are capable of learning and reading and writing English. Why can't they speak English? They should have confidence. They should use it profusely. That's the only thing that they have to use all the opportunities so that they can use English anywhere in the classroom, with the staff, with the members of the staff, in the public, wherever they go, they start speaking English because language is cannot be easily mastered. It can be mastered only with constant use and constant exposure. Everything is a habit. You start speaking in English, it becomes a habit. If you you use it more, you become proficient, efficient, and confident and fluent. Otherwise, you become inhibitive and you become less confident and you lose your supremacy, confidence, and everything. That's why you have to use more and more English. You have to use especially spoken English because language is primarily spoken and secondly written form. That's why it is not enough you write well, it's not enough you read well, but you have to speak well. Because if you're fluency in spoken communication, you can influence others. Even if you write good things, people are not influenced fast. But if you speak well, they will be influenced because speech can influence people more than anybody. It may be your students or it may be the public or anything else. Because of your fluency in English, you can come up in English in your life and you can influence people and you become great or you become famous.
So Narasimha sir, thank you very much for your great presentation, good inspiration to the teachers and the teaching community. And thank you, sir, for sharing your ideas and sparing time with us. And thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me and asking me very pertinent, valid questions. Of course, I think I have answered well. I don't know whether I have answered well or not, but I tried my best to answer you. Anyhow, thank you very much for inviting me. And
thank you, sir.
Thank you.